Welcome to Bank of Kaukauna Stadium here on the campus of Kaukauna High School, the site for tonight's Fox Valley Association game between the visiting Appleton North Lightning and the host Kaukauna Ghosts. Good Friday evening, everyone. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, we're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. Yet another digital live stream presentation for everyone out there. And we think we have a good one here. We have a couple of programs that are have high expectations, I should say, for this season. These are a pair of playoff qualifiers from last season. And we're expecting a good game because both these teams have outstanding pieces in terms of the offensive game. And this is our first time seeing both of them, Brett. So I'm thinking this is going to be a learning experience for all of us in that regard.
You know, Rosie and I were talking as we were setting up. I think this will be a good close game, right? You look at Kaukauna, first of all, a whisker away, a two-point conversion away from being 2-0. That was a wild game
right,
West
exactly.
up here last week. Ton of talent at the skill positions. Kind of a young team that is now emerging, right? A lot of familiar faces back from last year's squad. And I know Coach Binsfield and that crew are very excited to see what this team can do. Can they take that next step and make a deep playoff run? Appleton North, state semifinalists last year. They don't rebuild, right? That's the old cliche. They reload. And that was a dream team last year, so close to getting to Madison. New faces. And I think it's a team that's going to kind of continue to evolve. 2-0, no surprise. Ricardo, they got a lot of talent back, particularly on the defensive side, though. Some familiar faces there. So maybe a team that's going to run, pound it, and rely on that sturdy defense that Appleton North has been known to have years for years. They've been a mainstay. I think this will be a good game and a great Week 3 matchup in the Fox Valley Association. Conference play finally starts this week.
That's right. We're thrilled to have everyone watching tonight's game. Big week for around the Valley, and we'll also try to keep you updated on some of the scores in that regard as well. Let's start with some notes from both teams. Kaukauna, I'll read off for the Ghosts, and Brett will follow with Appleton North. Brett, again, put these all together very nicely. Ghosts coming off, as Brett mentioned, that 43-42 overtime loss to West Appear last Friday. That was a non-conference game that was played right here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Najee Mitchell, 2-point conversion in overtime. That proved to be the difference as the Phantoms pulled out what proved to be just a thrilling victory. Mitchell, as we know and the Valley knows, big night with 188 total yards, but he's an outstanding player. When it comes to rushing the football and also receiving. In those numbers bore that out. He had 116 yards receiving on 6 catches with a touchdown, and he also had 73 yards rushing and 2 scores. Kaukauna scored first in overtime on a Finley Durio touchdown pass. The Ghosts then opted to kick the extra point for the 42-35 lead. Durio was sensational. 305 yards, 5 touchdowns on 18 of 30 passing. He hooked up with Garrett Weinberg on 3 of those touchdowns, and we're expecting to see a lot of him this fall, Brett, in terms of a lot of passing touchdowns. This is an offense that plays to his strengths, no doubt about it. Now, Weinberg finished with those 3 catches, all scores for 27 yards. Max Krieger led the way in receiving for the Ghosts with 7 catches for 127 yards. Nolan Hall added 2 more catches for 81 yards and a score. Noah Hoffman, feels like we've been saying that name forever, Brett. He had a big game on the ground, rushing for 143 yards and a touchdown. And overall, Kaukauna finished with 440 offensive yards. On the defensive side, Carter Knock tallied 10 tackles and 2 sacks. And Phantoms quarterback Duke Cheval threw for 348 yards and 2 touchdowns on 19 of 26 passing. West Appear managed to put up 453 total yards. Boy, you talk about 2 teams that were mirror images of each other in many ways, Brett. That was West Appear and Kaukauna last week. On the season, Durio has thrown for 509 yards and 8 scores while completing 56.4% of his passes. His passing yardage ranks 2nd in the FEA. He has yet to toss an interception. And Hoffman, he leads the way in rushing for Kaukauna with 297 yards and 3 touchdowns on 45 attempts. That's a 6.6 yards per carry average. His rushing total ranks him 3rd in the conference. Krieger, 10 catches, 188 yards. That leads the way in both receiving categories for Kaukauna. His receiving yards rank 2nd in the league, and Weinberg is next in receptions with 6, but leads the team in receiving touchdowns with 4. Hall has totaled 5 catches for 145 yards and 2 scores. Here are some averages. As a team, the Ghosts averaging 254.5 passing yards per game. They're allowing 246.5. They're also averaging 179 yards rushing per game and allowing just 74.5. Kaukauna is averaging just a shade under 39 points, 38.5, and they're allowing 28.5. Their next game at Oshkosh North next Friday in a FVA matchup. That will be played at Titan Stadium. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. Brett, Appleton North, what can you tell me about the Lightning?
Yeah, Appleton North, the Lightning, 2-0, ranked number 8 in Division I in this week's WisSports.net State Coaches Poll, but receiving votes in the large division in the inaugural Associated Press State Poll. They're coming off a 42-0 non-conference rout of Green Bay Preble last Thursday at Paul Engen Field in Appleton. Appleton North, Ricardo exploded for a 28-point second quarter to grab a 4-touchdown lead over the Hornets. Luke Kreitzer, am I saying that name, Ricardo, right?
I hope it's Kreitzer.
You were there talking to the guys. Come on.
I didn't talk to Luke, though.
They got the scoring going when he connected with Owen Hager for a 12-yard touchdown with 8:58 remaining in the quarter. Jeremy Nelson later scored on a 2-yard touchdown run before Jack Robinson, that Robinson name.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in a little while. He added a 4-yard scoring run with 2:07 to play. Brock Psalms, interception return for a touchdown 12 seconds later, then capped the scoring. Jack Hammis added a pair of touchdown runs, scores of 7 and 10 yards in the third quarter. And then the Lightning, Ricardo, enjoyed a balanced rushing effort with 5 players finishing with at least 25 yards on the ground. Robinson led the way with 55 yards, followed by Kreitzer with 44 yards, Tyson Psalm with 28 yards, Hammis with 27 yards. Overall, Appleton North rushed for 186 yards. Kreitzer also threw for 62 yards on 6 of 9 passing. Caden Pop led the way in receiving with 4 catches for 43 yards. On the defensive side, Brock Arndt finished with 6 tackles, while Owen Ornstein was credited with 1.5 sacks as the Lightning limited Preble to just 42 total yards. We'll finish up the notes in a moment, folks. National anthem coming up. All right, I'm going to finish off those notes looking at Appleton North guys on the season. Kreitzer, the quarterback, has thrown for 73 yards and a touchdown on 8 of 16 passing. Hammes has also gotten into the action. Talk about him. He's got some experience in the Fox Valley Association, Ricardo, or the VFA. He has 49 yards on 5 of 8 passing. Combined, the two have 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. Hammes, the Lightning's top rusher, with 197 yards and 2 touchdowns on 31 attempts. Robinson, he's next with 134 carries and a score, or 134 yards and a score on 30 carries. Kreitzer has rushed for 125 yards on 11 runs. Nelson's 2 TDs are tops among the rushers. Pop's 5 receptions are a team high. He also has 5 receiving yards. Hager is next with 4 catches for a team best 52 yards and a score. Defensively, Arndt leads the way with 10 total tackles, including 2 for a loss. Ben Isom and Psalm each have an interception. As a team, looking at team stats now, Appleton North averaging just 61 passing yards per game. A little bit different, right? With we're used to the Matthew Scheckelman offense,
yes,
where he could sling it, but a different look for Appleton North. Defensively, though, the Lightning allowing just 72.5 yards per game through the air. On the ground, Lightning are averaging 269 rushing yards per game and allowing, Ricardo, just 22 per game over these first 2 games. Appleton North, scoring-wise, looking at the scoreboard, averaging 28.5 points and allowing just 6.5. Big one next week for Appleton North, Ricardo. They're home against number 2 Kimberly. Next Friday night, that's a Fox Valley Association matchup, a game that we will stream. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. We have the Galloping Ghosts coming onto the field.
That's what I'm trying to get on my phone, Brett. Always a kind of cool tradition here they have at Kaukauna.
One of the great traditions. The Galloping Ghost will deliver the game ball to the official. And here's, hey, a lot of pressure on the official here at midfield, right? You got to have a good flip. Look at this. This is going to be tough. You know, like, that heart's beating right now. Oh, good catch. That might be the highlight of the night, guys. Good hands by the official. He kind of had to back up as that horse. That horse was coming.
Definitely one of the cooler traditions in the area, the handoff of the football.
That was no handoff. That was like a rocket
throw, yeah.
That was a Brett Favre laser to Sterling Sharp. Good hands by the official there. Hey, want to give a shout-out to our sponsors, Cellcom. Fall into savings this month at Cellcom with up to $500 in savings when you activate a new smartphone line and trade in your existing device. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. Also, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family owned for 20 years. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today at 920-731-0922, or, as always, you can send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net.
Beautiful, beautiful weather, Brett.
So far, so
76
good.
degrees. Pretty much a clear sky and really comfortable setting, and I'm really happy to be here. This is one of the, in terms of us and logistics-wise, Brett, one of the better press boxes that we'll ever be in.
Well, I was telling Rosie, you can't really see it on camera to your right, but the whole athletic complex here, it might be
gorgeous.
Second to none.
It
it is
fantastic.
Turf soccer, turf baseball, I think, back in the way, right? Is it turf softball
turf
back there?
softball as well, yes.
So, beautiful facility. And got to thank our friend, longtime friend, Nate Werner, the athletic director here, who always makes a good, always makes sure that we're all well taken care of.
Yes.
So we appreciate Nate and his hospitality. Just about ready to kick off Week 3. Appleton North kicking off to the Ghosts. And good kickoff deep into the end zone. 1st and 10, Ricardo.
That's right. Was that Caden Pope with the kickoff for Appleton?
Caden Pop.
Pop.
Right?
Caden Pop. I mean, that's a nice weapon when it's kicked into the end zone.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line coming up for Kaukauna. I imagine they're a little bit smarting after last week's 43-42 loss. And so far in the early stages, though, a team offensively that has put up some yards and put up some
score.
Points.
We're going to have a good time watching this team. Their quarterback is a guy who, you don't see many veteran junior quarterbacks, but that's definitely what they have. And
Yeah.
Finley, Dorio.
He's really emerged. Ricardo's really one of the top passers in this league. And there he's going to start off with one right out of the chute, a little wide to Max Krieger, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10 coming up. Trying to get him into an early rhythm. But it's going to be an interesting dynamic, right? Because you've got this high-powered offense against what has been a very sturdy defense here in the first 2 weeks in Appleton North.
Strength on strength, wouldn't you say? Definitely for Appleton North, their defense. A lot of familiar names on that side of the football.
Yeah, you talked about it in your preview, their preseason preview when you visited Appleton North. Some very good players on that side of the ball. And there's a very good running back in Noah Hoffman getting his first touch. Yeah, Noah Hoffman. Hoffman's been here for quite some time. A lot of Hoffmans here.
Yeah. They all play running back.
Well, they're all fast, too. 3rd and about 8 coming up. Ball at the 22-yard line. So big spot already for both sides. Boy, if Appleton North get off the field 3 and out, what a victory that is here in the early stages against this offense. A lot of speed at the skill positions, as Ricardo mentioned. Dorio feels like he's been around for a while, too.
Yeah. Veteran quarterback as a junior.
And there's a little pitch and catch. Good tackle. That's Garrett Weinberg with the catch, but was that number 35 on the stop for Appleton North? Christian Pride, Ricardo, the junior defensive back. So there you go, 3 and out for that Appleton North defense.
Now we get to see the Appleton North offense, which is a developing thing. They lost a lot of marquee names, Brett. Names that we grew to know for a while. As that punt,
watch out,
way up high and out of bounds right around the 50. They're going to mark it just inside the 50 at the 48 for Appleton North. So great field position for Appleton North. Now, Brett, last year you talked about Sheckelman, Martini, that fabulous running back that they had. They also had some pass catchers that were good. But some of these guys are back that we kind of know. Damian Borland. It's a returning threat for Appleton North as they come out in a 4-receiver set, Brett.
Here we go, right when we're saying they're going to run the ball.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Off the right side and a small gain.
Jack Robinson, the carry. First touch of the game for Robinson. And Ricardo, that's a good segue. Jack Robinson, his older brother, if you remember, Carter Robinson.
Of course.
The sensational former Lightning quarterback, now at Augustana, doing his thing. Also, he is the older brother of Savannah Robinson, who plays here at Kaukauna on the basketball team, right?
Yes.
And she's a fantastic athlete. Announcer saying Kritzer, Ricardo, so Luke Kritzer, I apologize. Send me a tweet at PC Bretzi, making sure I got that name pronunciation right. I was able to get Kaukaunas ahead of time, didn't get a chance to reach out to the Appleton North folks. 3rd down coming up.
Nice job by Kritzer, though, Brett, to get them in a 3rd and short situation. His hard count kind of had the defensive lineman moving a little bit for Kaukauna. Robinson goes over to the left side.
It's Robinson.
It's
going
close.
to be close.
It is close.
Are they going to have to measure? Let's see. Have to get to, the 42-yard line of Kaukauna. And they're going to call it shy.
It is shy.
And here's decision time for Coach Somm. Rob Somm here. I'm guessing he's going to go for it. He's going to trust that offensive line and his running game to get half a yard. But a big opportunity for the Ghosts. Boy, you get a stop, and field position will be definitely in your favor. Here we go, 4th and short. Kritzer waiting for it. And going to look at the sideline, get those last-second instructions. Kritzer hands off. That's Robinson, and he's got the first down. Just that good plunge and a good job by that front, getting off on the snap. Only needed a half yard and got a couple, right? Down to the 40.
Some of those guys off the left side, Matthew Van Handel, Colin Salzman, Jackson Motter out there on the offensive line for Appleton North. They've always had traditionally great linemen there for the Lightning.
Kritzer lefty. Ooh. That was intended for number 19, Caden Pop.
Anchor of the line, Peyton Matson. He's a captain, 6'5", 232-pound senior.
Looking at the all-time series, Appleton North leads 18-8. Check this out. Lightning have won 13 straight in the series. The last time Kaukauna beat Appleton North came way back in Week 5 of the 07 season, a 21-20 ghost victory at Beorgen Field. Nice job by Kritzer to find Jack Hammis on the reception.
Boy, is that back in the Jordan Giordana days?
Well, I was just going to say, yes, good job, Ricardo. Jordan Giordana, if you remember that name, right?
I do.
251 yards and 3 touchdowns to spark Kaukauna back 15 years ago. Of course, Giordana played basketball for my beloved UW-Stevens Point Pointers.
I knew that was coming.
Jordan Giordana, heck of an athlete.
Yes, and those were some really competitive Kaukauna teams.
Yeah. So 13 straight victories for the Lightning, and Robinson, don't think he got it. Number 50 for the Ghosts, getting in there pretty quick. Colin Mossberger, a junior linebacker, kind of stopped Robinson. Fourth down coming up. You got to think the Lightning will go for it inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line.
He did lose half a yard.
So fourth down and what we'll call it 3.
That's a good short 3.
Short 3.
Greg Tomczyk down there leading the defensive line for Kaukauna.
Second, fourth down play of this drive for the Lightning as well.
Carter Knock as well. Big moment for the Kaukauna defense.
Kritzer.
Look out.
He's going to run. He's got the wheel.
Oh, no.
Hit.
Wow.
Big hit.
I don't know if he got it, Brad.
I don't know either.
He didn't.
Was that 53 in the middle there that
I
knocked
thought
him
maybe
down?
It was either him or Broderick.
Jordan Lose, I think, Ricardo, number 53, a 6'2", 244-pound senior defensive lineman. I thought Kritzer had it and just got stopped in his tracks by Lose. Turnover on downs. That's a big hit.
It is. Big moment as well. So 1st and 10 at the 31 for Kaukauna. Quick out.
Ooh.
Thought there was a face mask there, and there's a flag, Brett. Can you see who that was thrown to?
That was Max Krieger, number 7 on the reception.
Okay.
And a first down, I would imagine, Ricardo, coming up after the penalty is marked off. Yeah, that's a beautiful setting here, isn't it? You got the woods kind of out to the left, and you got these houses. You know, some of these folks are going to be sitting out tonight, going to get their little bonfires going in the driveway.
It's a beautiful setting, and really enjoyed coming out this way.
There's Rosie, got a good shot of the houses in the background. You get a couple of those houses right behind the bleachers. You're pretty much part of the game, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Do a lot of biking back there. Nice little neighborhood. And just the Kaukauna area keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, expanding out that way. So first down. And, boy, nothing doing there for Hoffman. You got number 99 and 33. 99, Harry Grutza, and 33, that's Stone Hulkey.
Hulkey, love that name.
Yeah, well, he's a linebacker. That fits, doesn't it?
Yeah. Second and a short 5 for Kaukauna. That's not the way you want to be going in terms of offensively. Brings up second and mid for Kaukauna. 3 receivers near side, Brett.
Dorio over the middle, nothing. Some miscommunication, I think, off from the snap. He was looking for somebody, and there was just nobody there. Looking at the games tonight in the Fox Valley Association. Appleton East at Fond du Lac tonight. That's a big one for the Cardinals. Cardinals right now
Trying to come back from that loss to Franklin last week.
Yeah, it was a lopsided loss, too. Of course, we have Nina at Oshkosh West. We've seen the Rockets the first 2 weeks.
That's a big game.
Impressive.
West beat them last year 3-0, Brett. We live streamed that one.
How about Oshkosh North at Kimberly? That's an interesting one, too. The Spartans 1-0-1 on the season, but boy, Kimberly has been awfully impressive as well. Dorio's going to tuck it in, nowhere to go. Hulkey with the sack. And another 3 and out. So that North defense, Ricardo, looking awfully impressive these first 2 possessions of the game for Kaukauna.
I mean, this is a great defensive series for North. It was a 1st and 2 situation. Now that it's down to a 4th and 5th and a punting situation for Kaukauna.
And look who's back to return it. We haven't talked about him yet, but Brock Salm, one of your elite 11s.
That is true.
Very dangerous athlete, very dangerous punt return. Almost blocked. Salm won't have a chance to return it. Takes a nice Kaukauna bounce. Look at this. Down to about the 38-yard line.
Fortuitous bounce.
You got to love those turf bounces, Ricardo.
Oh, yeah. 1st and 10 at the 38. That's where Appleton North will start their second drive.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say their first drive petered out at around the 33.
I was just going to say also that we're going to keep track of those FEA scores and also some other games around the Northeast Wisconsin region, including some of the games in the FRCC. Boy, De Pere, the Redbirds, they're struggling up there after losing Gabe Herman, team that won the FRCC North last season. There's a nice catch for Caden Prince, a sophomore wideout. Kritzer with a nice throw along that sideline. Kind of, I think, after week 3, you start to kind of get a feel, right? You get the first third of the regular season done. Okay, these guys this is what their bread and butter is. These are the guys, and get a real good feel for some of those 3-0 teams, some teams that might be of surprise that fall to 0-3 on the season. School's in session. Nice leaping grab there by number 12. That's Jack Hammis. I think that was Carson Van Dinter, number 23, a junior safety. So here's a big 3rd down now. 3rd and very short.
Brett, we have early score from that Nina West game. Nina 7, Oshkosh West 3.
Oh, okay.
Dan Cohn out there at that one.
Yeah, we've seen the Rockets the first 2 weeks. They took care of De Pere in week 1 without a problem. And then we streamed them last week against the Menasha. So they took down without much problems the 2 champions of the FRCC, De Pere the North and Menasha the South. That's Kritzer on the carry.
Kritzer did a good job with a little bit of deception there, Brett. Found a little bit more of an opening than he would have had if he would have handed that one off, but it's a 1st down inside Kaukauna territory at the 43.
You said it, though, about the Rockets. Don't sleep on Nina, right? A dark horse in the FBA. They might be one of the favorites now in the FBA.
Their defense, first off, their offense with the run game is outstanding, but that defense is what's going to make it work for them. Their quarterback's still developing, Van Evenhoven.
He's looking good for a sophomore.
If they can cement a passing game, they can hurt you.
There's a direct snap. Not much there for Hammis. Definitely a different look than what we're used to, right, offensively for Appleton North. At least certainly the last handful of years. More prolific attacks when you think about Matthew Sheckelman and Carter Robinson, as we mentioned earlier. Kritzer looking, going to sling it. Oh, wow!
Hey, is that Borland? He did a great job of concentrating, Brett. That was tipped by the defender.
Yeah, number 40, Owen Broderick, the linebacker, tipped it. But how about Damian Borland, the senior tight end? Talk about don't sleep it on guys. This guy's talented. 6'3", 212-pound senior. We've called his name over the years. He's a big, physical, strong, fast tight end and is a weapon in this offense. And you just saw it there. Great concentration.
Borland had a long touchdown reception against Franklin in that state semifinal last year, Brett.
Appleton North in business as Kritzer going to fire again to Borland, and he can't haul it in this time.
Way to go, Brett. We just jinxed him.
Second down and 10.
Sometimes those easy ones are the more difficult ones. He was able to catch one off the tip.
Ball will stay at the Kaukauna 20-yard line. Fast-moving first quarter. Appreciate everybody watching tonight on postcrescent.com. Also streaming on the Post Crescent, Oshkosh Northwestern, and Fond du Lac Reporter sites. Thought the FBA audience would be interested in this one. Also, our USA Today Network. Let me try that again.
Yes.
USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. Check that out, and please subscribe. Kritzer, handoff. Is that Hamas on the carry? No, I'm sorry, Jack Robinson number 17.
Good job by the Kaukauna defense. It's a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, I hope every Friday night is like this weather-wise, all through November. Nice warm evening. Rosie, he likes that idea.
I know he does.
You at least have to wear shorts through the first 9 weeks.
Rosie's always in the elements for the most part, right? Or usually in the elements for the first part, I should say.
For the most part, though, so far this season, well, no, at Stevens Point,
he was outside. Yeah,
he wanted to be on top of the press box.
Oh, nice!
Oh,
look
boy,
at that,
working
beautifully.
That screen. Yep. Beautifully.
Wow.
Played ball, 18-yard touchdown. Is that number 19 Pop?
Yes.
That was well designed, well called, well executed, and lightning on the board first. An 18-yard hookup from Kritzer to Pop.
You saw that play develop, Brett. There was a whole lot of white jerseys in front of Pop on the way to that end zone. Well-designed play, executed to perfection.
And Pop also out for the PAT. Definitely a good kicker here in the league. That one sails through. And with a minute 2 to go here in this opening quarter, look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Appleton North up 7-0 on that 18-yard screen pass from Kritzer to Pop.
Just updated my Twitter. You can follow me at Ricardo DeLeon. That second part of the name is DELIAN. You can follow Brett at PC Brettsy, Rosie at Metal Rosie. And I'm also trying to keep track of some of these scores. So if you have anything and you're out and about or you're watching or following close, end of one, by the way, Nina 7-3. Text us or tweet us.
Probably
I should
tweet
say.
us. They don't have our
Tweet
numbers,
us,
do
yeah.
they?
Some of them do. Like Dan Cohn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, send us a tweet, at HSSWI. Or you can just send it directly to us. Again, at PC Brett C, at Metal Rosie, or at mine, at Ricardo DeLeon.
As long as we're plugging ourselves, let's plug this great deal right now on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent, all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. For the next 6 months, you get all the benefits with a digital subscription for just $1. $1 for $1. Sign up now at postcrescent.com/subscribe. Please do so. That $1, that ball sails through the end zone, goes a long way into helping us produce these live streams each and every week throughout the football season, boys and girls basketball seasons, our varsity roundtable show, our clubhouse live show. So 6 months, $1. That gives you full access on your desktop, tablet, mobile devices every day. It also includes the very popular E-Edition, Ricardo.
The E-Edition.
6 months, $1. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. Please do so right now.
Brett, 3:54 left in the first quarter. Kimberly over Oshkosh North 14-0.
Boy, Papermakers, Ricardo, are really off to a hot start as Dorio finds number 17. Nolan Hall, the receiver there. We saw Kimberly really take down Stevens Point week 1 at Gerke Field, and what impressed me about the Papermakers is I don't really think they made any glaring mistakes, and then last week they just destroyed typically a very good DeForest team. Wasn't that like 49-0 over the Norskis?
It was very eye-opening.
Yeah, they are in mid-season form and off to a very strong start. We're going to see the Papermakers next week against Appleton North. That should be a great battle as Dorio scrambling for some yards. Ricardo, this is a big third down coming up for the Ghost. I don't think they've yet to achieve or yet to get the first down. on any of their first 2 possessions.
Yeah, it's a third and a long 3. As, Blake Berry, by the way, scoring for Kimberly, as well as Brennan Grams on a touchdown reception from Seth Myron. It's a nice start to the season for Seth Myron as well, Brett.
Yes. Well, we're not surprised. Kid that has gotten plenty of playing time. Nice job there by number 7, Max Krieger, to evade the tackler. He was going to be dropped short of the first down marker. That little spin move, he was able to wiggle through that tackle, and finally the Ghosts able to move the chains. Ball at the 34-yard line. Good move by Krieger.
I wonder how long it's going to take before they take a shot deep. Now that involves the offensive line giving Dorio time to throw. But I would like to see some of these outstanding athletes that Kaukauna has at the receiver position kind of challenge the North secondary. That's the end of the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Appleton North. When we return, I should say as we stay here, we start up again in the second quarter. First down and 10 from the 34 for Kaukauna.
Hey,
go ahead.
Yeah, our friend Trent Tetzloff letting us know. Live stream is fantastic so far. Good work as always, Brett and Ricardo. Thank you, Trent.
Thank you, Trent, a
former colleague.
Yes, and a friend of the podcast, remember?
Yeah.
Always great to have Trent.
Yeah. Miss Trent. Yeah, Rosie. Trent, if you're listening, he says you're still a good kid. By the way, I believe Trent just got married. Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations, Trent,
Absolutely.
to you. Very nice. And hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching tonight. Appreciate you. And again, I mentioned it. We're going to see Appleton North again next week at Paul Engen Field. That's a big one, right? Big Week 4 contest as the Lightning, they host rival second-ranked Kimberly. Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. for that one. And as always, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. 1st and 10 for the Ghosts as we begin the second half. Ball at the 34-yard line.
2 receivers near side for Dorio.
Ooh, low snap. Good job. Nice handoff to Hoffman.
Watch out. Rail. Look
Watch out. He's got the speed, Ricardo. Good job just to catch him. That was Brock Somm, but I thought for a minute that Hoffman was going to go. He doesn't need much space, does he? Good blocking. Gets along that far sideline, that rail as you like to call it, and just about took it. Good job by Somm, but a big – they have a flag on the play.
Little laundry.
And it's coming back. Maybe that's why there was a hole there that looks like there's a holding call. And that takes away a big explosive play by Hoffman. But you get the glimpse, right? You get him in open space, and you can see what he can do.
The foul occurred at the 39, so that's where they'll mark it off. It'll be marked at the 29.
Killer penalty there.
So 1st and 15, Brett. So that's, I guess if you're looking at a silver lining, it wasn't a 10-yard penalty, but still that takes away that explosive play.
Instead of being on near the Appleton North 30-yard line, you're on your own 29. So that's a big penalty. Takes away a big run for Hoffman. 1st and 15 now at the 34. Dorio going to try it again for Hoffman, trying to squeeze through. Picks up about 4 yards there. That should be a fun one next week.
North and Kimberly?
Yeah. Always is, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely is.
Nice catch by Krieger. Nice throw. And just kind of Ricardo with this passing game, quick rhythm stuff, right? Not a whole lot of time getting the ball out of Dorio's hands, and Krieger doing a nice job in space. Safe throws, and now a 3rd and short coming up, 3rd and 2, ball at the 42.
Well, if they're able to overcome that penalty, Brett, that would be a
big win.
A big win, big positive for the offense.
Hoffman looking for something. Boy, nothing doing there.
Well, you'll be about a yard short, 1.5 yards.
Trent Mullen, one of the first ones there, the senior defensive back, number 21, and I think Owen Ornstein, number 98, the big defensive lineman. And I think the Ghosts are going to punt. 4th and 1. That's kind of risky at the 43-yard line.
That's tough.
Could be an opportunity for a fake, maybe.
Well, is that something that we've known Binsfeld to be as a gambler? I don't know about that.
Matt Binsfeld has been here now for a while, doing a good job with this program. But yeah, we'll see. It's a good down and distance, and I think Appleton North, maybe they saw something, right? They were a little like, hey, I'm not sure about this. So the Lightning going to burn their first time out of the half.
That's an interesting observation, Brett. Maybe that was the case.
Maybe they saw something that they didn't like, and gives also Ricardo, of course, after this timeout, Coach Binsfeld and Kaukauna an opportunity to say, hey, maybe we should just go for it. Matt Binsfeld in his 7th season already. Boy, the time moving fast, right, as Kaukauna's head coach. Previously a co-head coach at Wrightstown, just up the road, where he helped lead the Tigers to a Division IV state championship in 2011. Has it been 11 years already? Then later became the Tigers' sole head coach before moving on here to Kaukauna, his alma mater.
Brett, we're getting old.
I think so. Age, Ricardo, is just a number.
Spash leading Hortonville 17-7. See if I can get some of these other scores in here.
Spash 0-2 on the season, really struggling. Hortonville, though, are they? Polar Bears winless too, I believe.
Yes, they are. I believe Little Shoot's over is up over Shawano 13-7. Brett.
Yep. I think they're at Shawano tonight. Mustangs out to a 2-0 start. Whoa, high snap! Watch out! Loose ball, and just gets it out of the way. Look at this, Look at this. What a strange play. That's Christian Pride catching it. Good job to get the punt off. The ball taking a nice bounce. I think I see a flag on the play. Let's see what this is all about.
Oh, they're saying it's against Appleton North. I saw the Kaukauna.
Is it on the return?
It's a good question. Okay. Well, that helps in the respect that it was a poor punt or a muffed punt.
That's a big penalty, Ricardo, because that definitely moves things back a ways, doesn't it?
Yes.
So ball going to be near midfield at the Appleton North 49, but I was just impressed that the punter for the Ghost was able to get that off. High snap sailed over his head, was able to corral it, but a blindside block, illegal blindside block, moves us back to the 49.
Bayport up over Preble, 13-0.
Watch out for the Pirates. That's a team that we saw last week Thursday take down Notre Dame pretty handily. As Robinson looking for some space. Good job by the defense to string that out.
Yeah, and that's just discipline. You know, you don't want to offer any rails for Robinson to go through, Brett, and a good job by the Kaukauna defense keeping that to a 2-yard gain.
But Bayport, Ricardo, I think a team that is just going to continue to build and grow and get better and better, and they're going to be a very pesky team come postseason play for Gary Westerman. Looks like it's going to be between the Pirates and the Phantoms for the FRCC North championship this year. Look like the creams of the crop. Second down and 8? Well, let's see what's going on here. Watch out. Is this a busted play?
Good job, though, by
Kritzer to find something.
Brings up a 3rd and 4, and there's a flag.
No, we have a Kaukauna player down as well. Is there a flag? Nope, just a Kaukauna, an injury timeout.
Okay.
I think that's number 40. Is that Owen Broderick, the senior linebacker, one of their standout players? Speaking of linebackers, how about, remember last year's Kaukauna linebacker, right? Will Campbell, the inside linebacker, playing collegiately at Carroll University. Campbell, as we all remember, the FVA's linebacker of the year last season, also its co-defensive player of the year. So, Will, if you're watching, hope everything's going well down in Waukesha for the Pioneers. As we see Broderick being helped off the field, hopefully he can shake that off. That would be a big loss for that Kaukauna defense.
Jace Jenkins, 60-yard touchdown run.
Another one.
Yeah, Nina up 13-3 over Oshkosh West.
That's 3 weeks for Jenkins of explosive runs of 50-plus yards. He's emerged as maybe the top back in the FEA right now.
Certainly the numbers bear that out.
Blake Berry, of course, very good at Kimberly as well. Noah Hoffman, one of the better backs, obviously, in the league here for the Ghosts. Never a dearth of talent, is there, when it comes to the FEA? There's Kritzer looking right the whole way. Nice catch by number 12. That is Jack Hammis. That's a first down. Boy, Kritzer really stepped into that one. The lefty slinging it to Hammis, and ball at the 37-yard line, first down.
Yeah, I thought at first he was going to go to Borland on that quick out, but able to get to Hammis in a longer gain. First down and 10 at the 38. 9-12 and counting here in the first half.
There goes
Hammis is going to take it himself. Yeah.
Well, Hammis is interesting, Ricardo, because I read this in your story, and I should have known. He was a starting quarterback at Appleton West the previous 2 seasons, so transferring over to the Lightning. Kind of interesting move for Hammis.
Speaking of Appleton West, we want to see if we can get a score from their game against DC Everest.
Is that in Schofield? They're playing the Evergreens on the road?
Yes.
Coach Clifton, right? First-year coach.
Jeremy Clifton.
An enthusiasm and an excitement, that air raid offense that we've talked about in the first 2 weeks. There's Borland.
Nice play.
Boy, still wrestling his way through, but who was that? Was that number 23, the initial?
24, Brett, was Dickman. Let me tell you, Dickman, he worked off a block, Brett, and was able to tackle Borland.
Yeah, 24, Colton Dickman. Carson Van Dinter, number 23, also in there. That's a tough task because, as I said earlier, Borland is a very strong physical player. Thought he was going to kind of wiggle his way out of it, but third down coming up, ball at the 30, 3rd and 3. Kritzer going to fire, slant, nice catch, nice throw. Beautiful route by number 10, Owen Hager.
That was number 19, Brett.
Sorry, Pop.
But I think you're right when you said that, though. I mean, it was a nice route run, just one-on-one, able to beat his defender to the inside and secure that catch.
And got, right, his defender in his backside. So sometimes you see those guys that run a slant, not real crisp, and that defender is able to work his way in and get those, at least knock the ball down or maybe record an interception. But Pop doing a good job of sealing off that defender. That was a good throw. First down for the Lightning at the 19.
In the red zone now.
Wide open, Pop, a slant inside. That's a 19-yard hookup. Another touchdown for Kritzer, another touchdown for Pop. Second time those two have connected tonight. And an impressive drive.
Well, he saw the matchup that he liked, Brett, and went right to that. It was a quick slant. And I don't know if they're going to find a more open receiver there, Brett, but a nice job by Appleton North on this drive.
Very impressed with the passing game tonight. I was expecting to see
started slow, but it got going.
Yeah, I was expecting to see a whole bunch of runs by the Lightning. Instead, 2 touchdowns, both via the passing game, as Pop kicks that one through. And with 7:11 remaining here in the second quarter, as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard, Appleton North up 14-0 over Kaukauna. Yeah, 18-yard pass, and now a 19-yard pass between Kritzer and Pop. So there's a connection that is very comfortable with each other. Good timing routes on those slants, and just good route running by Pop. Caden Pop, Ricardo, a 5'11", 180-pound senior. Seems like he's been around for a while, too.
Just updating my Twitter. You can follow me again at Ricardo DeLeon. Don't forget about Brett at PC Brettsy. Rosie at Metal Rosie. See if I can scan for some other scores.
Another big kick by Pop. This one's going to be returned at about the 5-yard line.
Look out.
Nowhere to go. Good job on the coverage units. Carson Van Dinter of the Ghosts receiving that kick. Not much space. Ball going to be where? At the 16-yard line about?
That's where they're marking it. 7:04 left on the clock.
Ricardo, big drive, big spot for this Ghosts offense. Down 14 zip, 2 scores. Got to get something going to sustain some, get some first downs, move the chains a little bit, possess the ball,
and
give your defense a
avoid
breather.
mistakes. Can't make mistakes against a team like Appleton North. They'll make you pay for it. Is that a false start? We were just talking about that, and that's not the way you want to start the drive.
No, pre-snap penalty. So 1st and 15 now coming up for Kaukauna. Ball at the 11-yard line. And you just said it. You pointed it out right before the penalty was thrown.
Yeah. Shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. Can't have that. Now when you're down 14-0, those mistakes become magnified, Brett.
Watch out. And not much space. I can hear the fans getting a little grumpy behind, in front of us, the Kaukauna faithful.
You're asking a lot of your offensive line to, you have that many receivers out on routes, Brett, to roll Dorio out and then just leave a free rusher, with angling to your quarterback. That's asking a lot of Dorio to make a play on his own. 7 minutes exactly left here in the first half. 14-0 lead for Appleton North. Kaukauna near their own end zone.
Dorio's got some time. Checking down to Krieger underneath, so gets those 5 yards back basically from that false start penalty, but we'll call it a 3rd and 10 near the 16-yard line. Maybe mark it at the 15, so 3rd and 11. Big play coming up here for Kaukauna. Boy, what you don't want to do, go 3 and out. Look where the ball is going to be. They're going to Appleton North with a chance to get some great field position.
And they've had some troubles punting the ball. So.
Yeah. Well, let's see what is in the playbook for 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 for Finley Dorio. He's looking to his left, going down
nice
field.
Pass.
And
nice
great
pass.
hands too, Ricardo.
Yes, Brett, I saw that play open up. And give Dorio credit. He stood in there and made that throw.
Garrett Weinberg, the receiver, 6'1", 200 pounds, senior receiver in traffic. So you're right, the throw is fantastic, standing his ground. But how about Weinberg with the concentration with a bunch of defenders around him? So that's a big, big pickup. Ball at the 31-yard line for Kaukauna.
Late in the second quarter, 20-3, Nina over Oshkosh West.
Boy, Nina on a roll. Dorio hands off. Nothing doing there for number 33, Kyle Kress, sophomore running back.
Might have lost a yard on that one. Into the first quarter, Menasha leading Manitowoc 3-0.
Really? That's an interesting score. Manitowoc, they made it back on the ferry, huh?
Yes.
That's a neat. We'll talk about that here in a second. That was pretty cool little deal as Dorio finds hits Nolan Hall. Didn't catch who knocked him out of bounds. But yeah, Manitowoc last week played Mona Shores in Michigan. Battle for the Badger, right? They hopped on the ferry, crossed Lake Michigan. I saw some clips of that.
Yeah.
Mona Shores, it looks like they have a very, very nice facility, all turf. And Mona Shores, I think, took them down pretty easily, the Ships. But I hope that is a yearly thing where now Mona Shores comes over to Manitowoc next season and hops on the ferry the other way. And could be a nice tradition, nice little series between the two schools.
And Schwaben up 21-0 over Green Bay Southwest.
Ghosts burning a timeout here, by the way, on 3rd down coming up.
Little Chute leading Shawano 28-14.
That's a high-scoring game.
Bayport up 27-0 over Preble.
Well, what is going on with Green Bay Preble, Ricardo?
Yeah, they've had a tough few seasons here.
Appleton North just coming off a 42-0 blanking of the Hornets last Thursday. Another big 3rd down coming up for the Ghost. Ball will be at the 34-yard line. 3rd and about 7 yards to go for Kaukauna.
Big 3rd down here, Brett. I mean, they have actually, well, you would think they flipped field position, but with their punting game so far this game, you never really know. But look at this 3-receiver bunched near side.
Wonder if they're going to try to set up a little screen down here. Oh, low snap. Dorio looking. Nope, he's going to take off.
He has room.
Good decision. And he's off to the races. Was that a design screen, you think? Kind of spread the defense out a little bit? Design, or not a screen, but a design quarterback keeper.
I don't know if it was designed, Brett. It looked like he was looking and scanning for his targets, but he just saw everything open up in front of him. You got to take it at that point.
Yeah, good decision by Dorio. Ball at the 47, another big 1st down.
Gain of 13.
But you got the defense thinking with that 3-receiver bunch on the bottom. Could it be a screen, So you got to keep the defense honest. But like you said, everything kind of opened up. Quickly scanned downfield, took off on the run.
Dorio showing some wheels there, but smartly took it out of bounds. Don't
take a hit.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be doing that.
That's the Aaron Rodgers way, right? Sliding usually before he takes a hit is Hoffman now in Appleton North territory.
Let me tell you, for all
smart move.
For all quarterbacks, there is no shame in doing that
not
at all. When you are that important to your team as the trigger man, go out of bounds. Go down, slide down. Don't need to take unnecessary hits.
Absolutely.
I've never been one to see that as being a macho thing, is to take hits and stuff.
Although it was fun watching Brett Favre do that.
But I don't know if that had anything to do with him being a little goofy now in his later years.
But Aaron Rodgers makes it a point. Well, but bad snap, Hoffman. Wow. Again, Ricardo, a mistake. Hoffman is able to pick it up, but that North defense swarming over the Ghost running back, and they're going to lose
a yard or 5 yards, actually.
5 yards. It'll be 3rd and now 11 coming up back in Kaukauna territory. Ball to 46.
Binsfeld will have a lot to talk about at the half because, there was that one long Hoffman run that was brought back by penalty. They've had some snapping issues, and now this was a bungled play and could short-circuit this drive, Brent. This was a very encouraging drive.
Clock running, 3:10. As Dorio now, tough to go. That's
nice.
Wide open. Wide open. Beautiful throw. That's Max Krieger. Ricardo, I was just saying, as he was rolling left as a right-handed quarterback, that's a tough throw to make across your body on the run, but he threw a beautiful pass to Krieger, and look at this, a huge 3rd down hookup ball at the 10 or 11-yard line. I think the 11-yard line, and what do we have here? They wanted to get to the line and snap it quickly.
44-yard pass play, and I think Appleton North. Did they call a timeout? I believe they did. First off, Brett, that was a nicely designed play, and it helps out your quarterback getting away from pressure. You're rolling him out. You're cutting off half the field. And the Appleton North defense, they were confused there for a little bit. That allowed that long pass play. I mean, that was beautifully designed.
Best throw of the game so far for Finley Dorio, but as I said, Ricardo, that is not an easy throw.
No, you're right. It was
going to his left.
Difficulty definitely very, very high. Now, was that Krieger who caught that?
Number 7, Max Krieger, the senior wide receiver, got behind the defense. And Dorio put the ball right where it needed to be. Ball is going to be marked at the 11-yard line. So Kaukauna can still get a first down here at the 1. Just making sure. Yep, it is spotted at the 11. Just seeing what the officials are. But, wow, big-time play and another key third-down pickup. And how nice would this be for the Ghost to put a touchdown on the board late here in the first half, down 2 scores.
Now, did North get the ball to lead to start the game? I can't remember. For some reason, I didn't jot out the time. Yeah, I think Kaukauna did because they went 3 and out on their first possession. So, well, but a score here is imperative for Kaukauna. You can't get this far down the field and not come away with points, preferably a touchdown. So but you're starting to see some of the playmaking ability of Dorio, Brett.
Yep, and Krieger looking good as a wideout. So 1st and 10 at the 11. Dorio, watch out, knocked down.
Boy,
almost an interception.
Hulke would have had the pick. Remember Hulke? One of the games last year we did of Appleton North had a big game. Hey, I got a text from our guy, Will Campbell. How you doing, Will, buddy? He said, hey, thanks for the shout-out, Ricardo, during the Kaukauna VA North game. I was watching. I'm looking forward to my first game next week.
All right, good luck
to good luck to you, my friend. Hope you stay healthy and able to do some good things your freshman year. He was our linebacker, or he was nominated for our football player of the year. He was linebacker of the year for Wiz Sports, yeah.
He was in Elite 11, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah. Carroll University, home of the Pioneers. Dorio looking, tough throw over the middle. That's dangerous. A lot of traffic there. He was looking for, looks like that was number 4. Oh, I can't, maybe not.
Well, brings up a 3rd and long, but they still can't get that first down inside the 1.
I think that was Garrett Weinberg, number 9.
This is the 12th play of the drive, Brett. Started way back at the 16.
Well, here you go again, 3rd and 10. Another big third down situation for this Ghost offense. Let's see what Dorio has in store for this play. But you're right, Ricardo. You get this close, put it in the end zone, right? Dorio, watch out. Nothing. Good coverage back there. I think that's Hulke.
It is Hulke.
With the sack. And now you got to get your field goal unit out. At least put some points on the board as the clock continues to run. North with just that one timeout remaining.
You know, it's always tough, Brett, down by the end zone. The field gets compressed. There's more bodies in a short amount of area.
So a 32-yard field goal attempt for number 39, Tristan Merchinski.
Are you sure it's not Osvaldo Soto Sanchez?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Yep. There are two 39s on the program.
Yeah, there's so many. And this is something we haven't talked about. Is there's a lot of players out for Appleton, or for Kaukauna, I should say. That's got to be very encouraging. There's a lot of double numbers here. And in one instance, there's 3 of the same number.
Yeah, so you got to listen to the PA announcer telling us who is who. You're right. Osvaldo Soto Sanchez, the junior kicker. Boy, talk about a kicking factory. How about we mentioned Will Campbell, but how about a couple of former Kaukauna kickers now playing collegiately in Gavin Lam and Kyle Seafelt. Remember those guys? Lam now at the University of Wisconsin. Seafelt at Upper Iowa. Both were excellent for the Ghosts last season. Seafelt hit all 6 of his field goal attempts, 18 of 21 in his extra point tries last year. And how about Lam? 5 of 6 in field goal attempts and hit all 17 of his PATs. Talk about an embarrassment of riches. That is key, having a good kicking game here at the high school level.
Not just in Kaukauna, but overall in the FVA. You know, Jack Van Dyke up at also for the Badgers.
Right.
Adam Stage, I want to say, from Kimberly, is kicking for Northwestern.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yes. So those are some great names from the past, Brett, and some really good kickers around in the Fox Valley. So we're looking at a
now
32.
It's number 12 in here, Ricardo.
Oh, it is.
Watch a little fake. They're trying to fake.
It is.
Going to the end zone.
He's got him.
And just about had it. Oh, and they have a flag on the play.
Oh, boy.
I think that was number 85, Quinn Bookinger, the senior wideout. Number 12 then was in to kick, a freshman, Kavanaugh Wyenberg. So the Ghosts called a timeout, kind of switched some things up. And look at this, Ricardo. Flag on the play on the fake field goal attempt. How about Neenah, 27-3 at the half?
And it is defensive pass interference, BC.
Mm. So still remains fourth down.
That's where they're different in the high school game.
Right.
That would have been an automatic first down in the NFL. Not the case at the high school. It was halfway to the goal, though.
So now, though, Finley Dorio back onto the field, the starting quarterback. Ball's going to be marked at the 7-yard line. But a little trickery there sets up this fourth down play.
Yeah, they can still get a first down, Brett, inside the 1.
And Dorio looking over the middle, intercepted.
Oh, boy.
Intercepted. It's Brock Somm.
It is Somm. He can fly.
Yeah, he can. Watch him go. Finally brought down, but what a change. What a turn of events. Off the hands of the intended receiver. Didn't get it. I think that was at number 9, maybe. Was that Garrett Weinberg going? Yeah, he's kind of walking off the field, head in the air. And Brock Somm, one of your elite 11s, number 23, the talented defensive back, one of the captains of this team, takes it back. And 1:50 to go is a ton of time in Kaukauna territory. What a turning point there.
Dan Cohen saying that, hey, Jace Jenkins for Neenah, 14 carries, 101 yards, and 2 touchdowns already in the first half for Neenah.
But how about what we just saw? How about Brock Somm showing that speed?
And what I liked about Somm, not just being Johnny on the spot, boom, right away, he was off.
And, boy, almost a score for the Ghosts. Now an opportunity for the Lightning really to take command of this game.
Well, it's been what we've seen all game, Brett. Mistakes by Kaukauna have really put them in tough positions here, and another one right now.
Handoff.
Nice
beautiful spin move by Jack Robinson, the junior running back. Again, 1 timeout remaining actually for both sides. So Appleton North going to have to move quickly here as they get the play in.
Here's Kaukauna. You want to stop the bleeding. Do not allow any kind of points whatsoever. At least then you can walk away with a little momentum that way as well.
Kritzer, he's got time going downfield. He's
got
got a
his man
receiver open. It's beautiful. Beautiful throw and catch. Caden Pop again. Boy, Ricardo Kritzer just put it in the exact spot, found that hole in the defense, and now a flag after the play.
Was that taunting?
What a throw by Kritzer, and again, Pop. What a connection those two have been tonight. I mean, you can't hand that ball any better than what he threw it.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, we'll see what the officials call. Looks like we have an unsportsmanlike conduct against Appleton North after the play, and that is not going to make Rob Somm a happy camper. You're inside the 10, right? Ball at about the 7-yard line after that fantastic connection between Kritzer and Pop. Now let's see. Well, they're going to mark it back, 15 yards, right?
Yeah.
So
34-yard pass play, and now you're all the way back to the 21.
21, so ball was going to be actually at the 6. Heck of a throw, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Trusting your receiver to be right where that ball was going to go. I mean, timing was impeccable. Kritzer again going to drop back. He's got time, looking for the end zone again, and nearly
caught, but it was dropped.
Yeah. That's number 10 this time, Owen Hager. But again, placing that ball right on the spot.
Right now, Kaukauna's defensive backs are struggling against Appleton North's receivers, and they're getting open looks, and I wonder how they're going to respond to that. 1:07 left in the first half.
Yeah, these wideouts looking pretty good for Appleton North, aren't they?
And good quarterback play, too.
Oh, absolutely. Second down, Kritzer. He's going to run.
Nice spin move.
Spin move, yep. Finally wrestled down, number 55. That's Carter Kanak with the tackle.
Bring up a 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4 situation.
Ball to 14. And clock continuing to run. Remember, North with 1 timeout remaining. You can see.
They have time, though. And they have 1 timeout.
1 timeout, yep. And clock running, 35 seconds and counting. Big 3rd down play here for the Lightning. Kritzer, he finds Borland, and that's 23, bringing him down.
They've run that play before, Brett, but they're going to be short. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, Carson Van Dinter. So if you're Rob Somm, what do you do here? You got a good kicker and pop. You let this clock run down, take your final timeout, get your field goal unit out, get 3 more points. I think that's what he's going to do. As Appleton North takes its final timeout.
Right. Two seconds left. And I do see pop there, Brett, for Appleton North. By the way, it is Kreitzer. Is
okay.
Thank you, Dennis Preby, for that's what we need. Sometimes we need a little help. Appreciate that.
We started by calling him Kreitzer, and then all of a sudden we heard the PA saying Kritzer.
By the way, Brett, Nina quarterback Evan
Van Evenhoven.
7 for 9 for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, if he is starting to pass well,
watch out.
Now that's a full offense.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I felt really good about Nina coming into the season. And, we've been waiting for another team to kind of step up and be a challenger to North, Fond du Lac, and Kimberly, right, Brett?
Absolutely.
Challenging for the FVA title, and maybe Nina's that 4th team now.
29-yard attempt for Pop to end this first half. Ooh, low snap.
Oh, that got in there, though.
Yes, 29 yards is good for Pop. So Pop figuring in on another Appleton North score. And as we look at our Cellcom, Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard, it's halftime here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. That 29-yard field goal, good for Caden Pop. 17-0 Appleton North with the lead. So Ricardo turning a turnover into 3 points.
Again, you can't be giving a team like Appleton North, I mean, they were in the state semifinals last year, extra help.
Looked like it was going to be 14-7, didn't it?
Yes.
And then just like that turnover, Brock Somm with a big return field goal to end this first half, 17-0 your score. Halftime here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. And again, a quick look at our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard shows the Lightning leading the Ghosts here in week 3 of this high school football season. First Fox Valley Association game of the year. We'll talk more about tonight's game. Ricardo might have some stats here coming up, and what we have coming up digitally. We have a very big week beginning on Monday, Labor Day. We're not resting on Labor Day. We're working on Labor Day because we have a big show to kick off another Packers season, but we'll talk all about that and more coming up after this short break.
top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton. It's Varsity Roundtable. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
Live from a secret location somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, it's Clubhouse Live. We'll look back on how the Packers fared, we'll talk football, we'll take a peek at what's next on the schedule, and we'll have our usual fun too. We're ready. Are you ready? It's time to get started. Let's open the doors and welcome to
Welcome back to Bank of Kaukauna Stadium here on the campus of Kaukauna High School. Halftime here. And again, we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Appleton North up 17-0 over the Ghosts in this Week 3 Fox Valley Association matchup. Once again, thank you to our sponsors. First, Cellcom. Fall into savings this month at Cellcom with up to $500 in savings when you activate a new smartphone line and trade in your existing device. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at coonies0922@sbcglobal.net. Also want to give a plug to USA Today Sports Plus. That's the new sports app that puts the fans first. Get the latest scores, stats, and standings, and enjoy interactive experiences with our award-winning sports writers. Download USA Today Sports Plus from the Apple or Google Play stores today. USA Today Sports Plus. Fan harder. Ricardo, you have any updated scores?
Well, let me give you a couple of stats. For instance, first off, for Kreitzer, unofficially now, 11 of 13 for 134 yards, and the touchdowns, as we know. And for Kaukana's Durio, 9 of 14 for 97 yards and the 1 interception. So those are some stats, key stats, I guess. Kimberly's up 35-0, Brett, over Oshkosh North. I'm trying to track down some other ones, but we kind of thought that was going to be an interesting matchup. But Kimberly, again, boy, they have been looking every bit as good as, under the Jones era as they are now under Michaelwich. Am I saying that right?
Chad Michaelwich. They look like they're in midseason form already. I mean, it's really remarkable how they've started out. Well, that as you're looking for some more scores, and I guess that gives me an opportunity to plug some more digital content that we have coming out. Hey, season 14 of Clubhouse Live kicks off Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Yes, Labor Day. While you are all on vacation, enjoying a well-deserved day off, we will be laboring on Labor Day.
Yes.
We're going to have to take our holidays at another time. But season 14 of Clubhouse Live kicks off Monday night. That is our weekly Green Bay Packers show. Takes place at 6:30 p.m. at the Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill, inside the Appleton Hilton Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton. I co-host it. Ricardo here, the Bear fan, co-hosts it. Rosie's part of the production crew. And excited to get going as we look ahead to the big Week 1 matchup between the Packers and the Vikings. Now, our season's co-host, we're going to do something different this year. We're going with dual Packers co-hosts. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, the all-pro, first-team all-pro inside linebacker for the Packers, along with up-and-coming wide receiver Amari Rogers. They will be co-hosting, taking turns this season. We've never done this format before. I'm excited. Devondre is going to bring on I would imagine, some defensive teammate guests throughout the season. Amari will do the same on the offensive side. We'll kind of alternate weeks. And going to keep me and all of us, Ricardo, on our toes. So looking forward to that. Now, those guys start on September 12th. They come together, package deal. Campbell and Rogers will be our co-hosts / guests as we look at the big Packers victory over the Minnesota Vikings, right, in week 1. But on Monday's show, Labor Day, to get us going, a friend of the show, a Packers legend, career rushing leader, and Packers Hall of Famer Amon Green will be joining us.
Batman himself.
He brings a lot of energy and a lot of fun to the show. Be sure to stop by the clubhouse. It is first come, first seated. Expecting a good crowd. It's a good way to kind of finish off the Labor Day weekend, get really excited about the Packers season that's about to kick off. We'll give away some cool prizes, maybe some T-shirts, some signed photos, all that good stuff. And looking forward to that. If you can't make it, you can watch the show live on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites, including clubhouselive.com, facebook.com/Packers News, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Be sure to like that page for all of the information from the show. And, of course, our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. Ricardo, you'll be manning the live chat, so you can
doing my best.
You can ask questions in real time. So very fan-friendly show, very heavy on fan engagement. Looking forward to season number 14, show number 301. So how about that? Looking forward to it. I know you, even though you're a Bears fan, I know you're looking forward to it as well.
Well, I have fun to start. Then it drags on a little bit.
Well, that's because your Bears continue to lose.
Hey, Brett, I got some scores here. Let me rattle off some of these. Nina, we know 27-3 over Oshkosh West. Either late in the second half or late in the second quarter, halftime, or in one particular one already at the end of the third quarter.
Okay.
Campbellsport 21-20 over Mayville. That's an interesting one. Over in the flyway for our fans that are down the Fond du Lac area. Mayville, of course, Division 5 state finalist. Winneconne up over FEL. FEL had a strong start to the season. Winneconne 16, FEL 14. That's at the half. Pulaski 14. We're talking about this. They're up 14 over De Pere 6. De Pere really, with the loss of Gabe Herman, spiraling in the wrong direction, Brett. They're down 14-6 to Pulaski. Spash up 23-14 over Hortonville. That's at the end of the third quarter. They moved it an hour ahead because of the incoming storms.
Okay.
So that's an interesting score there. Little Chute, 42-14 over Shawano. Little Chute,
42-14
on its way, and that's at the half, on its way to being 3-0.
Yeah.
To me, that's one of the surprises, along with Clintonville. Though Clintonville lost last week, yesterday to Crandon, but they still took down Amherst. Menasha up 15-7 over Manitowoc. Fond du Lac 21-7 over Appleton East. So Appleton East is competing. That's encouraging to see. We haven't seen anything else. Any other score, but I'm continuing to track them, though.
Well, in the meantime, maybe an opportunity. We saw it here at the break. Rosie put together these great promotional commercials, ads for what we've got, but your Elite 11 is out, but your terrific 10, your girls volleyball team, is all set and ready to be unveiled digitally as well.
Yes, we're hoping next week, Rosie. Oh, he's got everything. Okay, so we're hoping.
Out.
So no, it's not out. We're hoping to get it out next week. So early next week, let's look for it. But Rosie did a great job putting that together. I can read off the names though, because we've been promoting it as well on Twitter.
Did you just did you just burp?
I did, I think. Sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to talk and burp at the same time. Excuse me. I don't think I burped, actually.
Yeah, a little indigestion. What'd you have for dinner?
I didn't have anything for dinner, actually. It might be from lunch, from the ghost of past of my lunch. Autumn Flynn, Luxembourg Casco. She's on the team. Macy Herman of Kimberly. Katie Schultz of Kimberly. Paige Miller of Kaukauna. Taylor Tetzlaff of Kaukauna. So for those Ghost fans watching, a couple of Ghosts on the elite or on the terrific 10. Molly Rohde of Hortonville. Kennedy Schmitz of Fox Valley Lutheran. Rachel Koss of Freedom. Casey Fortune of Appleton North. And Olivia Lassie from Appleton North. So that's our terrific 10. Brett, by the way, I got to watch a great match between Kimberly and Appleton North yesterday.
Last night, right?
The girls volleyball, it was kind of deja vu from last year. Kimberly falls behind 2-0. You think, oh, Appleton North is going to sweep them here. They rally back in that third set. All these games were decided by a couple of points each, by the way. They win the next two, and then they gut out the fifth set to beat Appleton North in the FEA regular season. That was a tremendous match to watch. A lot of great talent on the court. A lot of Division I talent on the court.
Good crowd on hand, too.
Great crowd. Student sections were just giving each other the business. It's what you like to see from girls volleyball. Tremendous match, and congratulations to Kimberly on that hard-fought win. I'm going to have more on Kimberly for our notes package, which I'm starting up this next Thursday, or Thursday online, Friday for print. So look for that, too, a little bit of a more closer look at the Kimberly girls volleyball team.
Got Varsity Roundtable. That starts on the 14th.
On the 14th.
Not this coming week, but the following week.
And it will feature Kimberly girls volleyball. I talked to them yesterday, so we're going to have the ladies on. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know Rosie's done a good job of we're kind of setting up a different kind of look for the show, and we're hoping it to be a little bit more engaging and fun, and that always is nice when you have a big crowd to watch. That's what we're hoping week in, week out.
What about the R&B podcast?
That's
have
coming.
We been canceled yet?
No, haven't been canceled
Still haven't
yet.
Been canceled?
We're gonna have it up. We're gonna have it that same week. I know that next week is kind of tough for you guys in terms of getting everyone together. We're hoping that week of the 14th to start that up again. And Rosie did a great job of running into Sydney Soupley, right? Who has expressed interest in coming on and doing an episode of the one-on-one session. So I still have my feelers out there for Coach Steve Jones. I know that Steph Hauser has agreed that whenever you need me to come down and we'll do a one-on-one, she'll the executive director of the WIA. So we'll have that as well. So we got a lot of things coming in September, in my opinion. It's going to be a great month for us.
Yeah, it sounds good. And I kind of like the way that we're sort of just rolling things out, right? We get the games of the week going. Now we'll get Clubhouse Live going next week, and then the week after we'll add the roundtable.
Yeah,
and really
there's only we're all busy at this time of year, trying to bring things in.
The holiday week too.
Yeah, and trying to get things in, and then have something where the rest of the fall we're gonna have things nicely set up where folks know destination points each week. So
absolutely. So again, a lot of content, a lot of unique content, including our Varsity Game of the Week live streams, and you can get in on that 6 months for $1. That is our deal right now on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent and all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. 6 months, I mean, what is that going to take you into March? I mean, that's going to get you not only through the football season, but all the way through the winter season as well. $1, that's a steal. So sign up now, folks, postcrescent.com/subscribe. We would appreciate your support. Three more minutes on the scoreboard, gentlemen. You got to love halftime at the high school level, right? Rosie, I think you need to make about 8 more commercials. We maybe get our sponsors, get them an opportunity to get some commercials. Again, thanks to our 2 sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery. First, Cellcom, again, fall into savings this month at Cellcom with up to $500 in savings when you activate a new smartphone line and trade in your existing device. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net.
I love that Cooney's does that for us, and then they're our sponsor. They need to get a more streamlined email.
Yeah, I think I have it memorized. 0922 Cooney 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Hey, first half scoring, a pair of touchdown passes from Luke Kreitzer to Caden Pop. First 18 yards and then 19 yards. That put Appleton North up 14-0. The second score coming with 7:11 to play in the second quarter, and then the half ends on a 29-yard field goal by Caden Pop, and that's where we stand as we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery embroidery and sportswear scoreboard. 17-0 Appleton North with the halftime lead. Ricardo, I guess I'm going to ask you, as I always do, if you could play head coach first. If you're Matt Binsfeld, what's the message to the guys? Clean up the mistakes, right?
Clean up the mistakes. I mean, those are things that have, in my opinion, a majority of those have nothing to do with Appleton North. Okay, some of those, I mean, securing the ball, the Psalm interception, that was off the receiver's hands, Brett. And then some of those pre-snap, you can't have that. You just can't have that. Special teams has been a little shaky as well with the punt situation. This is not, I'm sure Binsfeld is like, this is not the Kaukauna team that folks,
first 2 weeks
are expecting to see.
Put up big yards.
Yes,
that's
and
a credit to North's defense, though. They're
some
no
of it
doubt.
is, but also them. I mean, and let's be honest. You talked about the losing streak that they have to Appleton North. Wonder if that has something to do with it. That's kind of a big monkey on the back, that losing streak. Now for Appleton North,
yeah, if you're
they
Rob
have
some. What do you say?
First off, their passing game is very efficient.
Very impressive.
I thought it was kind of going to be the other way around, where maybe the run game with Robinson was going to be the tone setter, but I think Kreitzer has been doing just a great job, and in these receivers,
they're getting open.
They're going to be tough to defend. I'm trying to think of the defenders for some of these other top FEA teams. They have something to work with here. This offense is really nice and balanced, and their defense just does a great job.
Well, and how about Appleton North's offensive line, too, giving Kreitzer time? He's really rarely, if ever, under duress here tonight. So very impressed with that passing game, and an opportunity if you're Appleton North. Now you get the football to start the second half. You're already up 3 scores, 17 points. Boy, you could really take control of this one with a big drive. And that kickoff is going to stay. Oh, it goes out of bounds. So Ricardo, kickoff bounces out of bounds. Good field position coming up for the Lightning.
Yeah, what do you mean? Are they going to mark that at the 35? I mean, that's another special teams goof up that gives, 15 yards for Appleton North to get to midfield.
I mean, that ball kind of went out at the, about 10-yard line or so. So look at this, 1st and 10 at the 35. Now I wonder, I mean, as good as this passing game has been, I suppose you stay with the game plan, but boy, if you can put another touchdown on the board, and then I would think Rob Som's going to really rely on that rushing attack, kind of grind this thing out, bleed the clock, and get ready for Kimberly. But long way to go, and we know that Kaukauna has an explosive offense. Wouldn't take much to get them back in the game as Kreitzer, he finds, I think that's Hammis, number 12, already that passing game going to work here to start the second half.
Yeah, and again, the end of the first half really had a damaging effect for Kaukauna. You're going in thinking you're going to get 7 points. It's a 10-point swing because Appleton North is able to get the field goal. So for instead of a 1-score game, it goes to a 3-score game. Brett,
Got to shake that off.
That's tough.
Got to shake that off. Second down and 7, ball at the 43-yard line for Kreitzer and this Appleton North offense. Handoff. There's Robinson, big hole. And look at this, Robinson off to the races. Spin move, still on his feet, finally down at the 40. Big hole by that offensive line, and Robinson doesn't need much. He's very talented in the backfield and already in Kaukauna territory at the 41st and 10.
21-yard gain for Robinson. And here's that element of the ground game that we kind of expected to see, but hadn't seen in the first half yet.
Handoff, Robinson.
Oh, nowhere to go there.
Yeah. Robinson did well just to get a couple yards. Number 55 for the Ghost, Carter Kanak, the senior defensive lineman holding on. Think about Jack Robinson, as we mentioned in the first half, the brother of Carter Robinson, the former Appleton North standout, also the brother of Savannah Robinson, the very talented athlete here at Kaukauna High School. Who is Savannah rooting for tonight?
Exactly.
Is she rooting for the Ghost or her brother?
Got to be for her brother.
Well, does it? I don't know.
I think it does. And that might be a false start on Appleton North.
Got to be true to your school, don't you, Ricardo? No, I'm sure she's rooting for Jack. Penalty coming up. gives me a chance to talk about some of these talented. We mentioned Will Campbell and Gavin Lom and Kyle Seafelt, some former ghosts doing things at the college level. But how about Matthew Sheckelman, the former quarterback? He's now playing collegiately at Northern Iowa. He was the FEA's offensive back and offensive player of the year last season. Cal Martini, you mentioned, the former Lightning running back. He's now playing collegiately at Illinois State, which happens to kick off its season tomorrow at Camp Randall Stadium against the Badgers. Kickoff is scheduled for 6 p.m.
Martini's dad is a season ticket holder for the Badgers. I know that.
Well, you know who he's rooting for, right?
Yeah.
He's rooting for Cal and the Redbirds. As that pass attempt to Caden Prince goes out of bounds. So good luck to Cal. And to the chagrin of the Badger fans, I'll say good luck to him and the Redbirds tomorrow. How about Wes King, former Lightning two-way
Our player of the year.
lineman? Yep, he's playing collegiately at the University of Wyoming. He's a Cowboy. King was the FEA's defensive lineman of the year last season. Also, it's co-defensive player of the year. And we can't forget about former Lightning offensive lineman Will Schrader.
Yes.
He's at UW Whitewater. He was the offensive lineman of the year in the league last season. So a lot of talented players going on to the next level.
He's got him.
Ryder had Pop on third down. Pop had a step or two, just a little long for Pop. So fourth down coming up. Punting unit has to come onto the field.
Well, now you see how that penalty, Brett, kind of short-circuited that drive for Appleton North. A couple of incompletions after that false start, and now you're punting the ball away.
Big stop, though, for Kaukauna.
Yes. But the receiver had a step. Again, I think Kreitzer's making the right throws, just couldn't connect on that one.
Carson Van Dinter back to receive this punt. Number 52, Ben Isom. He's the punter for Appleton.
Ooh.
Wow, low snap. Watch out. Almost blocked there. And Van Dinter is going to let this one bounce, and it's going to be down inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line, Ricardo. So 98 yards to go for the Ghosts. A long field to play with, but they got the quarterback. They got the weapons to get down in a hurry. 17-0, Appleton North with the lead as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Yeah, last meeting was last year between these two teams. Appleton North winning 27-7 in Week 3. Matthew Sheckelman, we talked about him now, where he's at, 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also rushed for 92 yards and a TD to lead the Lightning. Cal Martini, he rushed for 114 yards for Appleton North, also credited with a receiving touchdown in that one. Is that Hoffman?
It is.
How about Carson Sipple for the Ghosts last year? 5 catches for 157 yards and a score. Carson Sipple, sprinter speed. He was a state qualifier in track. It's always fun to listen to these names, right? And good luck to all those guys I mentioned at the next level. Carson Sipple, he must be at the next level somewhere, right?
At least running track, you
Yeah,
got to be.
I think so.
Look at this.
Oh, boy. Oh, big hit by number 21. That's
Mullen.
Trent Mullen, the senior defensive back. But a first down for Hoffman.
7-yard gain, back-to-back 7-yard gains for Hoffman. This is what you want to see, a little bit of that run game working for Kaukauna.
Yeah, quickly to the line of scrimmage are the Ghosts here, 1st and 10. Feeling like they maybe have something working with that running game. That nothing doing there for Hoffman. I see the student sections competing with each other with an iPhone or smartphone with their lights.
Yes. Love it.
You can see across the way too the Appleton North student section. Wow, watch out there.
It was a bumbled snap, Brad.
Yep,
a low
another
snap.
mistake.
Is that Psalm with the sack?
And look at this now, 3rd and long coming up. Yeah, when I was in high school, they didn't have smartphones with flashlights on them. They
didn't have phones, period, right? Well, how long ago were we
No,
talking?
they had. I think they had. It was push button corded phones.
Oh, okay.
back then.
I thought maybe it was the telegram or
easy.
It was Morse code.
Yeah, I went and sent telegrams out by horseback.
Pony Express, 3rd
Yeah.
and 16.
Yeah, it's going to try to set something up here on the outside with Hoffman. Ooh. Trying to make a defender miss, but Appleton North all over that. 4th down coming up, and the Ghosts will have to punt. Look at pretty good field position coming up for Appleton North here as the clock continues to run in this 3rd quarter.
Well, if they if Kaukauna was going to get off a nice punt, this would be the time. They've kind of struggled a little bit throughout this entire game. See if we can get some other scores here.
Brock Somm, he's going to set up right at the 50-yard line.
Neenah up 34-3
High.
over Oshkosh West.
Yeah, high punt Ricardo, and Somm's going to get away from this, and it takes a north bounce coming back the other way, so the Ghosts will down it. Great field position for Appleton North to start this one. Ball at the Kaukauna 42-yard line. How about longtime head coach Rob Somm of Appleton North? What a job he's done year in and year out. He's been part of this Lightning program really dating back to the days when he was an assistant for Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Famer Paul Engen. Coach Engen, still an assistant. I saw him earlier tonight.
First and 10 at the 42.
Year in and year out. Appleton North so tough as Robinson looking for some yards and gets them. Appleton North Ricardo, you'll agree with this, long been one of the top tier programs in the state in Division 1. The Lightning, they've qualified for postseason play in every season since 2004. Now, we're not counting the 2020 season.
No, that doesn't count.
They essentially scrapped 2020 season, but every year since 2004, Appleton North has been in the playoffs. And what a credit to Rob Somm and his coaching staff. So despite missing or graduating so much talent, up 17-0 and in control of this one so far. Looking to improve to 3-0 as Robinson spinning his way inside the 35. I think they're actually going to mark him right at the 35.
Bring up a 3rd and 3.
Four-down territory, I would think, Ricardo.
I would think so. Little shoot up 48-21 over Shawano.
Wow. We saw Shawano last year at FBL. They had a pretty good offense.
Yeah, they did. They played very well.
They have that Henning as a wideout. He's a pretty good player for the Hawks. Oh, Mustangs putting up some points as Robinson. He's got the first down inside the 30, down to about the 28, 27-yard line. And now you're seeing, Ricardo, that running attack starting to take over. Ball will be at the 27, 1st and 10 for Appleton North. So getting you in the air now, possessing the ball, taking their time, moving the chains, and working the clock here. Still plenty of time for the Ghosts, but they need to get a stop here soon. Boy, Neenah up now, 41-3. Is that what you said? 3:28 left in the 3rd quarter. Woo. Rockets, Ricardo, making up for that loss to the Wildcats last year.
It was 3-0.
3-zip. We streamed that game. Rainy night at Rocket Stadium.
I'm sure that did not sit well with them last year, and that was a big motivation this week as they are putting that pedal to the metal. That is a very good Rockets team, folks.
And the difference this year, they're physical.
Yeah.
It's a physical, fast team. Yeah, they are going to be a load for anybody who plays them. Second down for the Lightning. What, 2nd and
12.
12, yeah. And Kreitzer, little pump fake going downfield. Good coverage.
That was great coverage.
Yeah, Borland, the intended receiver along that far sideline. I think that's number 42 for the Ghosts. Tyler Jazeski, the junior safety, going stride for stride with Borland. Not an easy task. Offensive line doing good work in the running game for North, and now giving Kreitzer some time in that passing game as well. Got all the folks hanging out outside the stadium there along the sidewalk, checking out the game. Come on in. What's a ticket go for these days, Rosie? $4?
$5.
$5?
$6.
Kreitzer going to go downfield this way to Pop. He's got him, and it's caught. 33-yard score.
Brett, that was not bad coverage, actually. Just a nice throw from Kreitzer.
Wow.
And Pop doing his thing.
33-yard hookup, Ricardo. That's the third time those two have hooked up for touchdowns.
How many yards was that?
I got it at 33.
Okay.
And a big touchdown for Appleton North. Pop now looking to add to his impressive night. 3 touchdowns, looking to make it 3 extra points and a field goal. And that one sails through the uprights. How about this? Is that a third down throw?
It was.
Third down throw, Kreitzer to Pop. And with 4:09 to go in the third quarter, the Lightning now in complete command of this one. 24-0 the lead as we look at our Cellcomp Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. 3 touchdown passes, 18, 19, and now 33 yards between Kreitzer and Pop. Pop with also a 29-yard field goal. Ricardo, he's got all 24 points for the Lightning tonight.
Do we dare say he's in the lead for the player of the game?
He might be one of your players of the week in the poll coming up.
That's right.
And Kreitzer might have to be in on that as well.
See if I can add up.
Putting that ball, though, Kreitzer, Ricardo, right where it has to be. He's had an impressive night at quarterback for the Lightning. Just a junior. And at the goal line is Van Dinter, finally brought down at the 25-yard line. 4:03 to go. Kaukauna 1st and 10 at its own 25-yard line. Ricardo, this defense for Appleton North, you look at what Kaukauna did in the first 2 weeks. Doriot came in. He already had 509 yards passing, 8 touchdowns. Kaukauna was averaging 254.5 yards per game in the air, 179 yards rushing on the ground, and they've been stymied for the most part. Dorio over the middle just can't find his target. Krieger was open.
Caden Pop, by the way, Brett, 5 catches, 115 yards, and the 3 scores.
Mm. And you can see the Kaukauna defense talking things over in front of us. Some long faces there, trying to figure out what's going on. 3 touchdown passes between Kreitzer and Pop. Pop having a big night. Kreitzer as well.
Yeah.
Boy.
At Hoffman.
No, that's number 33, Kyle Kress, sophomore running back, brought down by Stone Hulke, number 33 for the Lightning. And look at this, 3rd and long again for the Ghosts. Ricardo, they've been working backwards.
Well, I was going to talk about Kreitzer's day so far, 13 of 15 for 170 yards. And the 3 scores, Brett.
15 of what was that?
13 of 15.
Wow, that's efficient.
Yes, very much so.
Was not expecting a big day through the air. Were you? A big night through the air? Again, we talked figuring that it was going to be the rushing attack.
I'm sorry, let me correct myself. 13 of 18.
Wow, sack, nothing doing. Number 57, Brady. Is it Lamont, the junior linebacker, with a sack? Fourth down and forever to go for the Ghosts. Look at this, Ricardo. Ball at the 12-yard line. This drive started at the 25. So as impressive as Kreitzer in this passing attack, Pop, the defense having a whale of a night. Big interception by Brock Somm near the end of the first half, led to 3 points. And nearly blocked was that punt. Psalm going to take it at the 48, looking for some space. And good job by the Ghost coverage unit to bring down a very dangerous punt returner in Brock Psalm. Folks, again, we're going to see Appleton North next week as well. Back-to-back Lightning games for us in our Varsity Game of the Week live stream coverage. The Lightning hosting second-ranked Kimberly, probably one of the games of the night in the state, I would say.
Gotta be.
Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. Looking forward to that one, Week 4. Paul Engen Field. I'm guessing there'll be a lot of people at that one and interested in that one. 2 top 10 teams in the state.
And both are red hot in terms of the way they've played over the last 2 weeks.
Toss to Robinson, looking for some space. Gets it, far sideline. And close to a first down. Nope, he'll be a couple yards shy.
Speaking of Kimberly, they're up 42-0 late in the third quarter over Oshkosh North.
2nd and 3 coming up. Ball at the 42. Yeah, that's going to be a heck of a battle. Assuming the Lightning maintains control here.
We got space in the press box, right?
I have talked to the athletic director there a couple of occasions, and we have space.
Is that at Appleton North?
That is at Paul Engen Field.
Okay.
And first down on that run. We're going to have to figure out where Rosie's going to be.
Rosie!
I don't think all three of us can fit in the press box there.
Usually he's like in the main. Oh, no, we're talking about Appleton North.
Appleton North, yeah. Now, looking ahead, weather-wise, looks like it's going to be in the low 80s late next week. So summer-like weather continuing, as it should, people, because it's still summer.
I'm ready for my pumpkin spice.
Come on, you're one of those people. You're already starting to push fall on me. Come on, come on. What is the rush to get rid of summer?
Not getting rid of it. We can welcome fall with open
when
arms.
It's
while
time.
Also, well, it is. I mean, it's as we have the officials now are saying it's a first down run.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought they were motioning first down on that run. It's not fall until September 21st, September 22nd, around that time. Enjoy the warmth. Enjoy summer, because we know what comes after fall.
6 months of winter.
Oh. I know. Summer is, I think the best time of year is late spring through summer, early fall. But fall lately has been kind of a short-lived season, right? And then all of a sudden becomes bitter cold, and we're all bundled up at the playoffs, the football playoffs. And it inevitably ends at Titan Stadium, where we're dealing with minus 20-degree temperatures and gusty winds, and we're all
I won't
like
be.
ice cubes.
You will be this year.
Yeah, you're going to be gone, aren't you?
I'll be in Vegas. My uncle's getting married. Gonna make a nice long trip of it. I think
You'll be warm.
Driving out there.
That is a long drive.
But it's a very entertaining drive. Except when you're going through Iowa.
Very scenic.
And Nebraska.
As Robinson, finally
nice tackle,
up.
though.
Yeah, I thought maybe he had a chance to take that all the way into the end zone. Vegas will be nice and warm, very scenic, very interesting town. Been there how many times now? 3 times I've flown into Vegas.
You ever go to the Valley of Fire? That's right next to it, that geological wonder.
No, we've gone to Hoover Dam and
Hoover
Lake
Dam,
Mead.
yep.
Seen the water levels going down on Lake
Yeah.
Mead.
The ever-shrinking water line of Lake Mead.
Oof. Not going to have any water left in that lake. Robinson. Of course, when you keep building cities that get larger and larger in the desert, I would imagine you're just going to keep drawing from the water source, aren't you? Not to get away from football talk, but...
No, but it's a very real concern out there. I've stayed at Page, Arizona, while seeing some interesting, beautiful geological wonders, and they have that Glen Canyon Dam out there. The water line has definitely gone. It's next to Lake Mead, or it's affiliated with Lake Mead, but it's really kind of sad to see the exposed rock and stuff like that. Well, you saw that at Hoover Dam.
Saw it at Hoover Dam, saw it at Lake Mead. There's like an overlook at Lake Mead. We got out and checked it out as Kreitzer looking for some space. Third down coming up after that run. And that is actually the final play of the third quarter. We'll talk more about Lake Mead. And
they can't wait. Folks can't wait to hear that.
And we'll get into the fourth quarter here in a bit. But first things first, as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Appleton North in command, up 24-0 over Kaukauna. Again, thanks to our sponsor, Cellcom, following a savings this month at Cellcom with up to $500 in savings when you activate a new smartphone line and trade in your existing device. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or shoot them an email at Cooney, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Also want to give a shout out to us. Get in on that great deal right now on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent and all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. 6 months, $1. Sign up now at postcrescent.com/subscribe. That takes you all the way through the winter high school season, all the great basketball we have coming up in the winter months. The only thing that makes winter tolerable is all the great high school basketball we have around
true.
here.
It's going to be a great season for both boys and girls this year.
But yeah, I remember when we went to Vegas, stopping on the way back because we went to Arizona. We flew into Vegas and then drove to Lake Havasu. Coming back a couple times, there's an overlook of Lake Mead. Real, just beautiful terrain out there. Gorgeous with those mountains. And coming back, I think that's Highway 93 and going through like, it almost is like a mini Grand Canyon. It's just incredible geography out there. Beautiful. Love Arizona. Love that Nevada area. Third down, though, coming up third and 7 for Robinson with the ball, running hard through that hole on the right side. Fourth down now, though, stop shy. And what's Rob Salm going to do here? I think the field goal unit was thinking they were going to come out, but
I think they are.
And they got was that a
turnover.
That was a fourth down run?
I had it as a third down run.
I was looking at the down marker too. It said third down.
Are you sure it wasn't a fumble?
Or was it a fumble? Okay, perhaps.
Okay.
Didn't see the ball come out as a whole bunch of bodies in the way. So 1st and 10 for the Ghosts, getting the stop. We'll call it a fumble because that was a third down run, was it not?
It was.
Yeah.
That's what I had it as. 48-11, Neenah leads over Oshkosh West. Another big win for the Rockets.
Is that a final or still going on?
Still going on.
Okay. There's Dorio. And just, boy, nothing available. And he's sacked by number 99, Harry Grutza, the 6'5", 310-pound senior defensive lineman. So good job in the back end of that Appleton North defense, Ricardo. Nothing available for Dorio, and defensive line, I should say, led by Grutza, getting the push and the sack. Second down and 10. So no gain on that. Maybe we'll call it minus half a yard. Dorio. He's got some time. Going to fire, and nice job by Weinberg to come back. Dorio threw that to a spot of the field, trusting his receiver to come and get it, and he does.
Be 3rd and 1, 9-yard gain, Brett.
Close to a first down. What about that Appleton West DC Everest game? Do we have?
I haven't been able to find one. You know, let me look again though.
How about Freedom? Who are they playing tonight? The Irish off to a great start in the Northeastern Conference. And Hoffman, good run there. Good job by the offensive line. First down past the 40 at the 42-yard line.
One of his better runs of the night.
And hurry up offense for Kaukauna, down 3 scores. And Dorio quickly out to number 17, Nolan Hall, the junior wideout. Ball right at the 50-yard line. 2nd and 2 after that 8-yard hookup. Hand off to Hoffman, looking for something. Boy, number 98, Owen Ornstein. He wasn't going to move. He was holding that edge. I think Hoffman was thinking maybe I could bounce it outside, but he saw big old Owen Ornstein, the 5'9", 246-pound senior defensive lineman, number 98, holding his spot. Go still get the first down, but good discipline like you were kind of talking about throughout the game by this Appleton North defense. Ball at the 46. Dorio firing near sideline. That's Hall again. And the Ghosts with a little momentum here, a little rhythm offensively. Ball at the Appleton North 48. 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Quick throws there by Dorio, and Ghosts moving down the field. Now a rollout.
Yep, and
open
nice
man.
throw. I think that is Krieger. Saw that again, we saw that beautiful throw by Dorio earlier going to his left. Seeing it again now, a little bit more of an intermediate throw, but first down, ball at the 25-yard line. Hoffman.
Nowhere to go.
Just a big push. .52, Ben Isom there. 57, Brady Lehman, the linebacker as well.
Haven't seen an update on a lot of the games here. Appleton East or Fond du Lac, I was looking for that one as well.
And
Hoffman off the left side.
looking for some space. He's got some space. Watch out. And inside the 10, down to about, well, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 9.
17-yard gain. Nice run for Hoffman.
So 1st and goal for the Ghosts at the 9 is now Hoffman. Ooh. Brock Arndt, number 53, the junior linebacker, shooting that gap. Bringing down Hoffman, 2nd down and goal to go at the 9, no gain, and I think we have a timeout. Appleton North, Ricardo burning a timeout. $6 1 month. Again, that's our digital subscription. postcrescent.com/subscribe. Any of our sites /subscribe. As I've been saying throughout the live stream, it takes you all the way through the high school basketball season. If you're watching tonight and into high school sports coverage, Ricardo and Mike Sherry and the crew, man, they do such a great job with everything. And we'll be back at it next week. Again, Varsity Game of the Week Prep Football live stream. Appleton North taking on Kimberly. It's the game of the century, part 20. We'll go live at 6:45 p.m.
Brett, Hortonville, or Spash, gets their first win of the year.
There you go.
23-21 over Hortonville. Again, that game started at 6 o'clock because of the incoming inclement weather.
I didn't think the inclement weather was supposed to really till the overnight hours now.
Well, I'm just saying that they moved it up. That was a decision made earlier in the day, or yesterday actually, maybe.
Well, was that at Gerke?
Doesn't say.
Always like going to Gerke Field. Just wish there was
It was at Gerke Field.
The internet was a little bit more reliable, right, Rosie?
Yeah.
Most definitely, he says. 2nd and goal to go. As Hoffman trying to bounce it outside. Oh, again, look at Hulke setting the edge this time. Waiting for his defenders to come on in and clean up. Hoffman
Lost
again,
a yard on that one.
He wanted to bounce it outside again, but Hulke wouldn't let him. No gain. Ricardo still 3rd and goal at the 9. You think of those houses across the street. You gotta have some light darkening blinds. Lights shining right into your house, isn't it? Kind of like that Seinfeld episode when all that light was shining into Kramer's apartment.
From the Kenny's Roasters.
Yeah. Dorio. Oh, watch out. Tipped again. Nearly picked off. And 4th down coming up. Obviously have to go for it. Down 3 scores. 7:44 to play in this one. Appleton North coming off that season. We have another timeout. And Kaukauna now wants to talk things over. 4th and goal play coming up. Yeah, Appleton North, remember last season, what a season the Lightning ended up having, advancing all the way to the WIAA Division I state semifinals, falling to eventual state champion Franklin 26-19 in that one. Tough loss.
Should have won that game. Should have won that game.
Lightning led 19-3 through 3 quarters, but Franklin led by, of course, current University of Wisconsin quarterback Miles Burkett responded with a 23-point 4th quarter to complete that stunning comeback at Titan Stadium in Oshkosh.
That was I'm just saying this as someone who observed Appleton North several times last year. That was the championship game in many respects. I felt like Appleton North would have won the state title if they had just held on to that win. But that's football, and it's never over. And then when you have a special, unique talent like Franklin had last year, he had done that early in the first game of the year actually against Appleton North,
same
he has a little magic in him.
Yeah.
He has that the juice, as they say, right? And never out. They were never out, and he willed that team back to and willed them to victory. It was incredible to watch.
You just feel the momentum shift, couldn't you, in that 4th quarter? And that was such a talented team for Appleton North, but Lightning just 7 minutes 44 seconds away from starting this season 3-0. Looks like they got another talented bunch again here in 2022. So 4th and goal from the 9-yard line. Finley Dorio waiting for the snap. He's got it. Going to roll. Nope. He's pressured. Watch out. And he's down. Look at that pressure from the Appleton North defense. Brock Arndt, number 53. And Cal Hansen, I believe, number 66, getting in there as well.
North's defense is
they're good.
Not just a strength. You look at the other top defenses in our area. They got to be right up there. Got to be right up there with Nina, Kimberly. Fascinating to watch.
Well, again, we talked about what this Kaukauna offense was doing the first 2 weeks of the season. Look what they did against a talented West Appear team. Put up 42 points. Shutout so far, and not much yardage either tonight. A couple drives. But got to be frustrating for those offensive guys. You can kind of see in the offensive huddle, Dorio getting kind of a reassuring hug from number 65 down there, Mitch Verstegen, the offensive lineman. A lot of frustration down there in that huddle as they talk things over.
Well, it's a prideful group. They felt really good after the first 2 weeks and being able to move the ball, and now you get humbled a little bit, but that doesn't mean anything's over. Remember, Kaukauna plays in a different division, don't they? Then I have to double check that.
D2?
Actually. I thought they were D2, but they might have moved up to D1.
It's always hard to keep track of all that, some of that movement towards the bottom of the divisions.
Well, they still got time to correct things, is what I'm saying, and I still claim that those mistakes they made. This might be a different game if some of those mistakes weren't made in the first half.
Third down for Appleton North. Ball on the 23-yard line. So, 3rd and 6?
Mm-hmm. Kreitzer under center now.
Oh, Robinson brought down hard by number 32 for Kaukauna. That looks like Sam Weber, the sophomore linebacker. So a quick 3 and out as the clock continues to run here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Ricardo's checking out some more scores from throughout the area. Again,
it's been slow, though. I've been a little I was expecting some more scores to come in, but
that Little Chute Shawano game, that's kind of a shootout. A lot of points being scored in that one. Good punt.
Great punt.
Wow, look at that. And
look,
watch out,
he might
that's
have
a
touched the
fumble.
ball, yeah.
And I think North got it.
Yeah.
North got it. Yeah, number 23, Carson Van Dinter. He tried to kind of make a last-second lunge at that. That was a bomb by the punter, and just couldn't corral it off his fingertips, and North down there quickly. And there you go, another mistake for Kaukauna tonight. Appleton North going to have it at the 31.
I always wonder how difficult it is to field a punt in the lights, in the dark. You know, the different, lighting that's going on. You go from pitch dark to right in the light. I mean, I wonder how difficult that is, but not to take anything away from that punt by Appleton North. It was a great punt and another special teams gaffe by Kaukauna.
That's a good question to ask Clubhouse Live when Amari Rogers is on the show. There's a little kind of an option pitch from Kreitzer to Robinson, driven out of bounds by number 43 for the Ghosts, Isaac Moss, the sophomore safety. But Amari Rogers had been doing some punt returning, and that's got to be one of the tougher jobs in football,
it has
right?
To be,
regardless of the level, because you got to make a decision. It's fast. Guys barreling down, they want to rip your head off, and
you got to be calm, collected, cool. I mean, that is no fun.
Even a fair catch call, they're surrounding you. They're not giving you a whole lot of space. I think if I was a punt return guy, I would just turn around, run the other way, and let it bounce.
That's right.
I'm as soft as they come. As Robinson takes it inside the 30 to the 49, down to about 5 minutes remaining in this one in week 3, about ready to be in the books.
Final 48-18 for Dina over Oshkosh West.
3-0 for the Rockets, and they've pounded teams 3 straight weeks. De Pere, Menasha, and now Oshkosh West. Third down for Kreitzer. He's going to keep it tripped up. That was number 92 for the Ghost, Skylar Sam Weber, and
4th and 5 now.
that was Skylar Benach, the junior defensive lineman, number 92 is who I have for the Ghosts. Appreciate everybody checking us out tonight on postcrescent.com. Again, all of our Facebook pages throughout the I-41 corridor, the Post Crescent, Oshkosh Northwestern, Fond du Lac Reporter. Wow, Kreitzer, there's a flag though on the play.
Brett, here's an interesting score. FEL. Remember, it's kind of a close game. I think they were trailing Winneconne 16-12. Now they lead 42-16 near the end of the third quarter.
There's a team that's a bit under the radar right now because they've been putting up some points. The Fox is about to go to 3-0. But that Northeastern Conference at the top half. Freedom, assuming they win, they've got a great team with Carter Krewalt.
You mentioned Little Chute. Little Chute's up 56-21 over Shawano.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know, last time Little Chute scored 56 points, but now the Mustangs are going to be 3-0. FEL could be 3-0. I think Luxembourg Casco.
Wrightstown. They were 2-0.
Yeah, so the top half of that league is looking very good. That's always a good league, right? And seemingly every year, Ricardo, that somebody from that league gets to the state semifinals and then ends up running into a buzzsaw from the Middle Border Conference, whether it's Somerset or St. Croix Central, or I forget who the big team is now in the Middle Border this season, but 2 very good D4 leagues, D3, D4 leagues. FEA we know is going to be very, very good. We expect Menasha to contend with Notre Dame for the FRCC South, and we expect Bayport and West De Pere to be kind of the Class teams of the FRCC North. VFA, I'm not sure what to think about out there yet.
I don't know.
Not sure what to think about that. I think Rapids was the pick to win the league as Kreitzer hands off to number 36. That's Tyson Salm. Hortonville kind of struggling right now. Appleton West got off to that great start with a week 1 win, but then falling to Appleton East last week. We don't have a score against DC Everest. Spash off to a tough start, although they got the win tonight. How is Everest? Wausau West is good with the, I know they're pretty high on their running attack. Isn't Mike Sherry out there tonight, somewhere out in central Wisconsin? I thought he was going to be Wausau West or Amherst maybe, our colleague. 3rd and 5, ball at the 9-yard line. As Salm brought down and close to the stick. I think he'd be about a yard shy.
That would bring up 4th and 1 at the 5-yard line.
It is 4th down and 1. Clock continuing to run here in the 4th quarter. The number 15 in at quarterback for Appleton North. Charlie Olson, a sophomore. Salm brought down by number 32.
Yeah, Mike Sherry was in
Sam Weber.
Amherst. Amherst got their first win.
That's a surprise. Amherst 0-2 tonight, going into tonight. Brilliant 0-2.
It's a big win for Amherst. That was against Shiocton, which was undefeated going in as well.
Yeah, with Cade Stingle, who's off to a nice start. Great track athlete. Would think that he might have a chance, as Kaukauna looks like going to burn a second time out here at Cade Stingle. Could be on the short list of Boys Athlete Boys Athlete of the Year nominees for our Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show, which will take place again next spring. We'll announce more details later in the fall once we know where it will be, the date, that sort of thing. But we had a great time this last May at the Lambeau Field Atrium. Geez, we had about 1,100 people in attendance, and
we're gonna have a lot of
great night.
Great multi-sport athletes gunning for those.
That's good.
It is. I agree.
Good problem to have. And you kind of see them more at the smaller schools, don't you? You get to the larger schools,
Well,
not
we
as
have
much.
Kaukauna girls, Alexa Keenis.
Yeah, she was a nominee, but
yeah, Freedom. The one that kind of stuck out to me was Rachel Kost. She's a standout volleyball player and a softball player.
it just seems like more at the bigger schools maybe specialized versus smaller schools, medium-sized schools. Or am I just making that up?
No, I think that's a fair assessment. Of course, from Freedom Jamalowitz.
Sadie Jarmilovich.
Jarmilovich. The final minute ticks off here, Brett.
Well, I guess, Ricardo, I know you got to get down, talk to some folks. Again, they can see your column or read your column on Sunday.
Well, tomorrow, 8 a.m. right away.
Oh, right away.
I'll have it out. So, yeah, be sure to tune in. Again, that's subscriber only.
$1 for 6 months. So get on that. Ricardo's going to kind of take a sweep through out what the Appleton area and then, of course, around the greater Fox Valley area as well.
This will lead the Appleton area roundup.
So, yeah, get in on that. If you want to read quotes, comments, get all that stuff, you have to be a subscriber. So 6 months, $1. That's all it costs to get in on that. So please subscribe right now, tonight.
Do it now.
And your thoughts? I guess, well, let's lead with Appleton North. Going to salt this one away here as the final seconds tick off. But very impressive, Ricardo. Offensively, that aerial attack was what opened my eyes. And then the defense doing what an Appleton North defense typically does, right? Shutting you down.
Well, here's the thing: is the final seconds tick off, and that's the final 24-0 North over Kaukauna. Look, remember back in Week 1, they barely beat Green Bay Southwest 15-13. Now they had 400 yards rushing, just couldn't get the job done. You've already seen from Week 1 to Week 3 to this really great showing against Kaukauna how much they've already gotten better. So they're going to need every bit of that because they go against their behemoth, their arch rival, Kimberly. They beat Kimberly last year. Remember, the last last time these two teams meet, Kimberly and Appleton North. North beat them 21-10 to get that monkey off their back. Going to be a great game next week, but this is an improving team. Improving team. Now, Kaukauna.
Now shut down.
Yeah, and now they're 1-2. But again, there are so many correctable things that Coach Binsfeld can do. A lot of this stuff. Now, look, they ran into a buzzsaw with this defense, but some of those mistakes were on themselves. I mean, some of it had to do with the defense, but I mean, some of those pre-snap penalties, you can't have that. Special teams gaffes, stuff that they got to clean up. And I'll talk to him about that and see what his response is in that way. But this is a team that has a lot of talent. They're going to win their fair share of games. There was a playoff team last year. I expect them to be a playoff team this year. So Kaukauna, it's not over yet. Watch the film, get better, and look for better things next week.
Yeah, looking at the Kaukauna schedule, Ricardo, after tonight at Oshkosh North and at Oshkosh West.
Yeah.
Fond du Lac at Neenah, Appleton East at Kimberly. So some big hurdles to clear, certainly for the Ghosts. Looking at Appleton North after Kimberly next week, then they're at Neenah. So back-to-back huge games coming up for the
Are we
Lightning.
doing that one too?
Week 5, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I suppose we might have to. Are we going to do every Appleton North game now?
Well,
coming up?
no, but man, I don't know if I want to miss that one, Brad.
Yeah, Appleton East and at Oshkosh West, Fond du Lac, and then at Oshkosh North. So there you go. That's kind of the upcoming schedules for both squads. So there you go. Week 3, Ricardo in the books.
Yep, and I'll see you guys next week for the big one, North and Kimberly, and hope you guys have a great holiday weekend.
Well, yeah, I'll be working, getting ready for Clubhouse Live. So there you go.
All right.
Let me run down the scoring.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep, before we sign off. 3 touchdown passes between Luke Kreitzer and Caden Pop. 18 yards, 19 yards, and 33 yards. Those are the 3 touchdowns tonight. The first came with 1:02 remaining in the first quarter. The second with 7:11 to go in the second quarter. And the third with 4:09 to play in the third quarter. That last touchdown, the 33-yard hookup, that capped the scoring, made it 24-0 Appleton North. Caden Pop also added a 29-yard field goal as time expired in the first half. Caden Pop responsible, Ricardo, for all 24 points on the evening. And that is the scoring from tonight. With the victory, Appleton North now 3-0 overall, 1-0 in the Fox Valley Association, the Lightning. They are home against number 2 Kimberly next Friday night. That's a Fox Valley Association matchup. Again, a game that we will stream. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. The Ghosts fall to 1-2 on the season. Overall, 0-1 in the FVA. Ghosts are at Oshkosh North down at Titan Stadium next Friday. That also is a Fox Valley Association matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. I mentioned up next for us, Appleton North against Kimberly at Paul Engen Field. That's a big Week 4 contest, one of the games of the night in the state. Kimberly number 2 in the state in D1 in this week's SwissSports.net state coaches poll. Appleton North number 8. 2 top 10 teams going at it. Live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. And again, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And a final thank you again to our sponsors. First, Cellcom. Fall into savings this month at Cellcom with up to $500 in savings when you activate a new smartphone line and trade in your existing device. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email. Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Once again, the final score tonight, Appleton North 24, Kaukauna 0. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody.